In this episode, struck by lightning.
Where's your tongue? Let's see it.
The Mythbusters tempt fate.
This won't hurt you at all.
Feels like I got a barbell stuck in my tongue.
Will body jewelry get you struck by lightning? Testing a medieval tree cannon.
I need somebody with a whip and a drum.
It's a blast from the past. And man versus machine.
Adam, the police officer, said you need to drink more.
In the battle of the breathalyzer. Who are the Mythbusters?
Am I missing an eyebrow?
Adam Savage.
I always enjoyed seeing Adam in pain.
Oh! And Jamie Heineman.
Jamie wants a big boom.
Between them, more than 30 years special effects experience.
Feel kind of sexy.
They don't just tell the myths.
Farewell, cruel world.
They put them to the test.
Come on,
Please help me out.
yes, we'll carry you. Hold on.
I got struck by lightning.
Yes.
How the f did that happen?
In August 2003, Matt Thompson was hit by lightning in the hills outside Keystone, Colorado.
A bolt of lightning taken straight in the chest.
It just came out of nowhere.
The direct hit traveled all the way through Matt's body.
I had no clue what happened.
Matt's story was big news. On websites worldwide, the issue was raging.
Hey, you almost died.
Was Matt's metal tongue stud the reason he was struck?
So my tongue ring.
Oh, no, dude, you might have swallowed it. Let me see. Where's your tongue? Let's see it. Oh, it's broken off in there, it looks like. Let's see.
Body jewelry attracting lightning strikes? This looks like a job for the Mythbusters.
The myth is that wearing a tongue stud increases your chances of being struck by lightning.
So what kind of cockamamie theory is this?
Well, this cockamamie theory says that the lightning bolt is being attracted directly to it.
Like a lightning rod.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds kind of silly.
Being loaded into an ambulance with a fried tongue, you can bet Matt Thompson didn't think it was a silly myth. Still, the boys are skeptical.
It's obvious that jewelry does affect your body if you get struck by lightning, but the question still remains. Does it increase your chances of being struck by lightning?
For the tongue stud lightning test, 2 heads made from ballistics gel will be mounted near a lightning generator. One of the heads will be pierced with metal studs. Adam and Jamie want to know which head the charge jumps to.
That'll be fun.
Well, that's definitely why we're doing this.
The first job is to build a rig that will attract lightning. They need something big, metal, and round.
Ah, here we are.
That's them.
What, these?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're using walks because the round surface of a walk is a perfect thing to test an electrical field around because it doesn't have any point that can gather the electricity to a single point. 7, 8. It's like they knew we were coming.
Imagine that.
Normally, you'd probably put the heads on a spike, but that would not give us an accurate test as to the conductivity of the piercing as it relates to the whole head.
Oh, how am I going to get those out of there?
Back at the workshop, while Jamie grapples with removing the walk handles, Adam is going into reproduction mode.
I am going to take this casting of my head, and it is me, I swear, and I'm going to fill it with some rigid foam so I can cut it in half and turn it into a vacuform mold to make a bunch of ballistic gel heads. This is where things start to happen kind of fast. There's a point at which it gets clear again. There, see? Now it turns dark. Now it's just about to bubble. That's the trick. Now, if we look in here, we can watch it. It's going to glow all the way up. Isn't that amazing? Oh, look at this. Here it comes. All right, so I mixed too much.
Jamie, ahead of schedule, has found time for art.
I don't know what it is, but it's pretty. It's like a big steel tulip.
Adam, meanwhile, has a solid base for his mold.
There's something strangely satisfying about that.
But getting the plastic shell to form is proving to be a headache.
No, come on.
Adam's really hard on my tools. He'll tend to plow through things without thinking.
I hate this frame. It's ripping my fingers to shreds. A little more comfort in your design. That's all I want.
It'll toughen your fingers up. It's good for it.
My fingers don't need toughening. Here, let's see if it still fits. Ow, no, that doesn't fit. My head's gotten fatter in the intervening years. As if nobody knew that. All right, let's go do another 9.
Jamie is attaching inverted wocks to the tops of metal rods. A non-conductive plexiglass spike will protrude above each wok to hold the dummy's head.
It has to be something that's not going to attract electricity on its own in any specific way. So this is a mount for the head, and when the electrical current, when the lightning bolt is attracted to the head, it'll go to wherever it wants to go on the head, not because of the configuration of this.
Adam has finally created 10 head molds. They need more than 2 in case the high voltage strike blows them apart. They'll be filled with ballistics gel and will mimic the electrical conductivity of the human head. Smart work. But Adam's about to do something not so bright. To get into the spirit of this myth, he's volunteered to get his own tongue pierced.
Hi, are you Joey?
Yeah, hi.
I'm Adam.
Nice to meet you, Adam.
Jamie?
Hey, Jamie, how you doing?
Good.
And, I'm here to get a tongue piercing.
Let's see your tongue. Yeah, we can put some jewelry in there for you.
All right. Have you ever heard any myths about tongue piercings?
No, I've heard some realities about tongue piercings. I don't know about any myths. What do you have in mind?
Well, there's a story going around about a woman in Britain who apparently was struck by lightning, and she said it was because she had a tongue piercing.
Never heard that one.
You never heard that one?
Never heard that one.
You ever had any complaints of anyone struck by lightning?
None of my clients have ever been struck by lightning. So these are some of the basic beads that I have for you to choose from. Probably the most comfortable size to start with is this one right here. If you want to go with something a little fancier, it's possible to wear gemstones for it as well. So if you want to get really flash, you can wear something like that.
What do you think, Jamie? Should I go flash or plain?
I think you should go for maximum conductivity, actually.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Do you have anything shaped like a little, lightning rod? Or
No lightning rods, and we don't have any copper. I think you're going to have to go with the stainless steel.
All right, the stainless steel ball about that size was exactly what I was thinking about.
Okay, that should be great. So why don't you come on in here, have a seat on the dinosaur chair there.
Oh, do I get a lollipop when this is done?
You do get a lollipop when this is done, but only if you earn it.
He's just seen the needle. For once, Adam's at a loss for words.
All right. So, you ready? It's very, very quick and very, very easy. You can set your glasses right there. What I want you to do is swallow one last time. Breathe easy. Give me your tongue. There you go. This won't hurt you at all. I'm not going to pull on you. Just want to make sure I got you right where I need you. piercings real quick. I'm just getting lined up. Here you go. Give me a breath in and out. You're done. The jewelry's in. I'm going to take the clamp off and screw the bead on the bottom, but it won't hurt you. You're absolutely done. Let me just make sure the beads are tight. You can have your tongue back. There you go. You're done.
All right. Woo. That was not so bad. Oh, but now I'm talking all funny. Feels like I got a barbell stuck in my tongue, man. How about that? She sells seashells by the seashore.
In August 2003, Matt Thompson was struck by lightning in Colorado.
This is my tongue ring.
Oh, no, dude.
Was the lightning attracted to his metal tongue piercing?
Oh, it's broken off in there, it looks like.
To test the myth that body jewelry increases your chance of being struck, Adam and Jamie have enlisted the help of Delta Star West. They manufacture industrial-grade electrical machinery.
You still feel nice and cool.
Adam's freshly made gelatin heads are the focal points.
He has to suffer as much as I have.
A metal stud expertly fitted to one dummy's lower lip.
I should have been a surgeon. All right. Let's see how it does.
We have this gigantic bank of capacitors, which creates over 1 million volts at something like 1,000 amps. And it's sending electricity across this wire through this electrode, and these heads, which are grounded, will complete the circuit.
Essentially, they're making mini lightning at the flick of a switch. 1 million volts stored in a capacitor will discharge down a wire, jumping to the ground through one of the two heads.
We're hoping to find that it shows a preference to go to one head or the other. And if it shows a preference to go to the one with the barbell, then we'll know that you're more likely to get struck by lightning. If it doesn't, if it goes for this head, then the myth is busted.
Real lightning can be over 100 million volts. It kills about 100 Americans a year. This 1 million volt jolt would still turn you into toast. Everyone's keeping a safe distance.
We're good.
The lightning will discharge into one of the heads. It takes just a fraction of a second. It's hit the head on the right. You can see it in freeze frame. Here it is again on high-speed camera.
Well, it went to the one without the barbell in it.
It did.
We learned a couple of really important things from the first test, and the first thing was that the lightning bolt went to the top of the head and no place else on the electrode, which tells us that that our rig is nicely set up. It's pretty neutral, and we are getting current to go through the head itself and not through the steel. The second most important thing that we learned about this was that the discharge actually went to the head without the piercing. So this not looking too good right now.
But the testing has just started. In the interests of accuracy, they move each head to the opposite spike.
We're just doing a control by swapping the heads on the rig and making sure that the rig doesn't prefer one direction or the other.
This time it hit the stud head.
Well, one, I think, really important thing that I just saw was, I guess I was focusing in the right place at the right time. I saw the lightning bolt travel down like this, and it went right along this pathway. It did not go to that. So even in the head, if this was an attractant, thing for the lightning bolt, it would have gone there and down or something like that. It didn't. I clearly saw it take a pathway right down to the top of this.
We're good to go on another shot.
So the lightning hit the head, but not the stud.
Same thing.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Interesting that it really doesn't do anything to the gelatin that we can see.
Truly.
So that's 2 strikes to the pierced head, 1 to the control head. Will swapping them back make a difference? It's the pierced head again, but a confusing pattern is emerging. The charge often goes to the piercing side, but it never seems to touch the metal. The Mythbusters won't be satisfied until they can see the lightning hit the stud directly.
You know, Jamie, we've now run this a dozen times or more. The heads are working perfectly. The rig is working great. We're getting consistent strikes, always to the top of the head. Not once has the lightning gone right for the stud.
Yeah, you know, I mean, all we've got left to do is put a bunch of studs in there, some really big ones maybe, see what happens, see if we can get something to react to them.
Like nuts and bolts and knives and forks?
Yeah.
Adam has apparently read the Hannibal Lecter style guide.
All right. I think that's a pretty good look there, Jamie. What do you think?
Well, maybe more is better.
Let's fire it up.
Okay.
It went to the head with the studs in it.
Still didn't touch the studs. Went right down through the middle.
Yeah.
Maybe even more metal. Of course, if your tongue piercing is this big, lightning is the least of your worries.
I saw it go into the top of the head and go out to the bolt and back in.
It just goes to show, you know, don't put any really big bolts in your mouth during a thunderstorm.
Finally, a test for the mother of all studs.
Oh, cheek piercing there.
It's unlikely to catch on at many nightclubs, though it might just help you get in the door. Will it attract lightning? At last, a direct hit.
That knocked the doorknob right out of his face.
The Mythbusters are unconvinced that studs attract lightning. While the Zap did seem to prefer the head with the piercing, a lack of consistent direct hits suggests some other unknown factor was involved.
We could have done this 1,000 times and still not gotten that same result. You know, lightning is just really unpredictable.
You know, that might be the case, Jamie, but we do know that metal does have an effect. You know, depending on how much of it there is and where it is on the body. And we did get a strike right to the doorknob, but come on, who wears a doorknob?
The only thing this myth has shown the guys for sure is that Adam's wild days are over.
Heaven. Oh, God. That was horrible. There we go. My tongue is free.
The Mythbusters get medieval. Can they turn a log into a lethal weapon?
Fire in the hole!
This myth is from medieval times, actually, and it involves a Hungarian town called Pakish that was being threatened by their neighbors. So the entire town got together, In one night, they apparently made a cannon out of a tree.
And they put some gunpowder in there, and they shoot off this cannon.
The entire body of the cannon exploded, killing half the townspeople.
And the mayor, in his infinite wisdom, looks up and said, "If we have so many dead, how many left of the enemy can there be?"
That's the earliest known record of spin, I think.
To test this myth, Jamie and Adam will try to build a tree cannon and see if it explodes when fired. To do it like the villagers, they need to drill a hole into a log using medieval-style tools. They'll have to fashion a cannonball and make some medieval gunpowder.
John, have you ever heard of a tree cannon or a cannon made out of a tree?
No, Adam, I frankly have not.
If anyone can help with this myth, John Morris can. He lived safe and very secure in West Virginia with his collection of more than 100 cannons. Wisely or not, he's agreed to show Adam and Jamie the safe way to fire one.
My back hurts just thinking about it.
So we'll use a pre-measured charge of powder in aluminum foil. We'll make up a small cartridge.
Cannon Firing 101.
Are we ready to load?
I think we're ready to load. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
John's neighbors have learned to love the sound of cannons in the morning. It's only a blank, but this is still dangerous business.
From now on, it's going to be loaded and nobody gets in front of the muzzle. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to load. Then we'll take the fuse and hopefully it'll touch the powder inside. Ready to proceed?
You bet. When you are.
Fire in the hole. I knew that was going to happen.
You did.
They've seen how it's done. Now it's the guy's turn.
Is it possible to put too much powder in a cannon? Certainly. What'll happen? Well, it will overstress the cannon, and the cannon could blow up. Now, you shouldn't be in front of the piece.
Exploding cannons. Food for thought for two first-time firers.
Fire in the hole. Excellent.
Wow.
Very good. You're now qualified.
That's very exciting. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
That was really cool.
Tree cannons were used in 14th century England and just 100 years ago in Eastern Europe. To make theirs, Adam and Jamie need a European hardwood log, a big log.
This is a piece of English elm here that we took out. Is a tree that actually died from Dutch elm disease, and this weighs several hundred pounds, this piece here.
If I can do that with it, we can get it on the truck.
Jamie, you're doing such a good job.
Get out of my way. This was done in medieval Hungary. They didn't have power tools, and there would have been a lot of things that would be different about what we're doing.
They learned how differently by examining pictures of a 1,000-year-old toolbox found in Sweden. For authenticity, they want to make similar equipment. Jamie's starting with an axe to strip the log.
Getting a little workout this morning.
Adam's having a workout of his own. He's making a medieval saw out of a forklift pallet.
Come on. there's some medieval workmanship.
Well, I'm going to heat this piece of metal up until it gets red hot. Hopefully I'll make something that resembles a spoon drill, which is one of the first drills that they used.
It's the best medieval drill Jamie's made all day. Now there's just one more job before they get started on the barrel. San Francisco has a community arts center that specializes in old-style forging. Instructor Chris Niemer specializes in keeping his cool.
Chris, we need some iron bands around this thing.
Okay.
We're making a cannon.
But if you don't hear from us again, you'll know why.
We'll know what happened.
The steel bands around the log will help it absorb the blast. They'll be heated in a furnace, then hammered into place.
When we start wrapping this, I think I'm probably going to have one of you two with a hammer just kind of tapping behind me. Test run number 1.
They've got to pull the band tight while it's red hot, then rivet it in place.
That's the ticket.
Oh, that's so close. Oh, it's good.
Rivets.
The band is cooling and shrinking before they can hammer the rivets home.
Somebody else grab this one up here. You got it. Come on.
Oh,
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right.
I got it.
Quenched with water, the band will shrink tighter onto the log. Just 4 more to go.
You know, it's funny how ye old techniques take ye old sweet time to get done.
Medieval techniques take some mastery, but each band is going on easier than the last.
Oh, but the vibration feels really good.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Very nice.
Good job.
Excellent.
It's looking more like a cannon, but there's still no barrel. Will Jamie's medieval drill do the job?
Drill's nice and sharp, and I flattened this out so that I can grab this like that to crank it.
Remember, according to the myth, the tribe made their cannon overnight. But this is slow work.
We're about half an inch in.
I need somebody with a whip and a drum.
They've got to drill through about 5 feet.
You know, it's moving more, I guess.
Let's see. Medieval tools just weren't built with myth-busting in mind.
Based on what I'm seeing here now, I'm thinking it'd probably take a couple of days to get through it. The myth says that overnight they'd be able to drill a cannon, and I would say that is unlikely. I would say that the myth is busted because of that.
They've come too far to stop now. Adam and Jamie resolve to test the rest of this explosive myth, and that means building the cannon their way.
I'm not doing anything that the Packish wouldn't have done if they had had a chainsaw.
While Adam is bowing to the 21st century, Jamie is staying well in the Middle Ages.
I'm making a cannonball out of granite, or a mess.
He plans to hand chisel a perfectly round cannonball. It's precision versus power.
That is a tree cannon.
Jamie hasn't done a bad job himself.
It's so far beyond anybody's experience that we're all like kind of blown away, right? And don't think he didn't know it.
So they've made the tree cannon, made the cannonball. Now they need to make medieval gunpowder. They've called in expert pyrotechnician Jack Morocco to help.
You know, what we need to do here is something a little bit different in mimicking a medieval gunpowder formula.
Jack knows what ingredients existed around the time of the myth, so they can make up a crude gunpowder. But how well will it work? For safety reasons, they'll light the fuse electronically from a distance.
Ready?
Oh, wow.
Nicely done.
I think that's very respectable.
Okay.
I think that'll do.
I think that's going to work quite well, yes.
I personally don't think we'll be able to blow this thing up. I think you could put a stick of dynamite in it and it still might not blow up. Of course we're going to try to blow it up. That's what we do.
Once more, in the name of myth-busting, Jamie and Adam head into the world, armed, dangerous, and set on destruction. It's a normal day out for the Mythbusters. They're driving through San Francisco with a medieval tree cannon in the back of their pickup. Their destination? The abandoned runway at the Alameda Naval Base. The cannon is a replica of one built by medieval Hungarian villagers, which, myth has it, blew up when fired. With expert pyrotechnician Jack Morocco, they've made up a load of medieval-style gunpowder.
We don't want to drop this, do we?
No, we definitely don't.
You ready to load some powder there, Jimmy?
Yeah, let's do it.
They're starting with 2 3-ounce cartridges of gunpowder.
All right.
The cartridges are forced to the bottom of the barrel, and a hole poked in the side for the fuse.
We are in the load. Tennis ball?
Okay. Well, did you bring your tennis racket?
I could stand out there with this, you know, and trying to get a good hit on it.
The tennis ball will squeeze down on the blast, increasing the pressure in the barrel. An electric igniter is taped into place. They're ready to go.
Okay, standing by.
For safety, the Mythbusters are behind Lexan blast screens.
Ready?
Fire in the hole!
3, 2, 1.
Hot set!
Ooh.
Wow, it's still going. Is that a flaming tennis ball? I don't think so. That was a good bang.
Yeah.
Did anyone see the ball?
I'm going to take the bicycle out there.
Is that where the paper cup landed?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It seems their tree cannon has quite a serve.
Oh. A little singed.
You found it?
Wow. That looks great.
Doesn't look very much the worse for wear.
No, just lost some fuzz.
Well, the tennis ball went a little more than a football field in length, which for a tennis ball is a lot. And I think that, you know, when we put the stone in there, it's really going to take off.
Next up, the real thing, Jamie's hand-carved cannonball.
We're debating whether or not to put a single or a double load, either 3 or 6 ounces of powder behind it.
The extra weight of the cannonball will further compress the blast, increasing the force up the barrel. The guys know the safe way to go is a single 3-ounce load.
You comfortable with 6 ounces, Jack?
Yeah.
All right. Loading the cartridge.
It's double or nothing. Twice the powder, twice the danger.
At this point, no one crosses the front.
And be careful with that, because that's going to roll down there fairly quickly.
Yeah, so I gather.
Shock it. Jamie's great creation is headed for a great adventure.
Satisfying a little fun.
You think we'll be able to find it?
You know, I'm feeling pretty certain that it's going to launch that thing a fair ways, but I don't have a clue how far. Are we ready, Jack?
Fire in the hole.
I don't have a clue where that went.
I didn't see a darn thing. Did you see anything? Wow.
What everyone did see was a remarkably successful tree cannon. They've proved you can make a cannon out of a tree.
Long way.
Really?
Yeah.
But Jamie's cannonball is long gone.
A little bummed out not to find the ball, you know. I put a lot of work into that thing.
It's a rough thing trying to find it. We've got a runway that's 1.25 miles deep. I didn't think we were going to find it, and I don't think it's unreasonable that we didn't find it.
The ball might be gone, but the myth-busting continues. Remember, the cannon in the story is said to have exploded.
Well, we're going to take all the powder we have left, which is about 12 ounces, 14 ounces of powder left. We're going to dump it all in here, see what happens. Remember, children, Mythbusters has hired a licensed pyrotechnician to help us blow stuff up. You should never try anything like this unless you have your own television show.
I wish I had my rock back.
This is twice the amount of powder they've tried before. They're jamming everything they can find down the barrel to clog it up and increase the chance of explosion.
You have one other thing you want to add to this, Jamie?
I want to see this thing blow up. You know, it's keeps working. What are you going to do? So I'm going to jam a can of soda down this.
It's a tight fit, maybe too tight.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not good.
Oh, it squirted out of the hole.
The water squirted out of the hole? Oh, whoops.
You could have done something worse, but I can't for the life of me think of what that might have been. Okay, here comes the golf ball. Oh, there's a lot of soda. Oh, yeah, it's definitely been contaminated by the powder.
Their chances of blowing up the cannon seem to have been washed away in a flood of soda. But the Mythbusters won't take a setback lying down. Undeterred, they re-rig, calling in another pyrotechnician. He's got a jumbo-sized bag of gunpowder, and he's not afraid to use it.
Well, we put 6 ounces of powder in last time. What are we going to put in this time?
5 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
5 pounds of gunpowder. On a danger scale of 1 to 10, this rate's about 9. Now it's a 10. They're sealing the end with an aluminum plug.
If this doesn't blow up this cannon, I don't know what will.
This is basically going to be a bomb, and there's going to be splinters going everywhere. So it's not a question just of hard hats. It's a question of you have to have something like a shield or an automobile or something like that between you and the cannon.
I'm going to get back about
probably 150 feet on the field there, just in case.
The rest of the team is even further back. They're hoping that'll be far enough.
Everybody all right? I mean, like, the heaviest parts go farther than the fence.
There's a piece of log way back there. Look at that.
Oh my God!
It seems tree cannons can explode with even more force than anyone imagined.
Cannon went away. There's a little black on the ground around where the cannon was, and that's all that's left.
I'd say it's a very efficient way to split wood.
Now we don't have to lug that damn thing around anymore.
My God.
Adam and Jamie have busted a cannon, but proved two myths.
Maybe 80 pounds or something like that.
They've proved you can make a cannon out of a tree, and they've also shown the Hungarian townsfolk could have been wiped out when it exploded. Sometimes myth-busting is dangerous work. One for the road, as they say. But they bit off more than they could chew.
Cheers.
Can they beat the breath test?
This is definitely going to be a strange day.
Here we are at the San Francisco Police Department Crime Lab, and we've got the breath tester, and we're going to get drunk today, I think, and see whether we can get around the breath test.
Well, there's a lot of myths out there that are really kind of strange about all these substances you can use to potentially beat the breath test.
You know, Adam, I don't think any of this stuff is going to work.
I don't think any of things are going to work either, but it's up to us to imbibe and then further imbibe all of these things to show this.
So the idea is to get drunk, then put different products in their mouths to try to fool the breath test machine into giving a lower reading. The San Francisco Police Department generously offered its crime lab for the day. Officer Bruce Gendron will be watching over Adam and Jamie. Adam's drink of choice is scotch. Neat. Jamie's mixing vodka with cranberry juice.
I've ever had a drink this early in the day.
Nostrovia, Kampai, Prost.
Right there with you, buddy.
In California, you're considered legally intoxicated with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08. Spirits are about 40% alcohol. How many the guys need to reach the limit depends largely on their weight and how fast they drink.
A little bit of food to cut the alcohol. I'm lit. It's like 1 in the afternoon and I'm lit.
Food does slow alcohol's absorption into the bloodstream, but their livers can only metabolize 1 drink an hour, and just 5% of alcohol is expelled through urine. Put simply, their bodies can't keep up.
So I've had 4 drinks, right? Yes, this is number 5. Let's try control.
There you go.
Here we go.
You want to try one?
Yeah, let's try one.
Go ahead. Very good. That's very good. Thank you. He's an 03.
That's an 03.
It's an 03.
Wow. I swear I'm a cheap date.
Adam, the police officer said you need to drink more.
You know, my doctor was also telling me that I'm not getting enough tar, so I need to start smoking again. Make it a double.
The guys have to drink up for science, far more than either would normally imbibe.
So we've had 13 drinks over 3 hours. I know I'm drunk, but I can't even remotely tell that you're drunk. It's kind of annoying. I want to see you like put a lampshade on your head or something.
Sorry, bub.
All right, let's go. I feel totally fine. Allow me to place this on your breath testing machine and I'll be happy to be tested.
You are pretty smelly. That's it, keep it up. Listen to the music, and that's what we're trying to do, is keep that sound going. Very, very good. That's good. Yes,
1-1.
1-1.
All right, finally. Woo, we're at 1-1. We're over the limit. I'm guessing Jamie goes to 0.9. I think the extreme difference in muscle mass will make Jamie process alcohol a lot more efficiently than I do, apparently.
He's doing fine. You just sit over there and be quiet. It's rough enough having one of you here. But having two...
Of course I'm causing trouble.
Yep, 09.
09, legally drunk.
Legally drunk and illegal behind the wheel. Strangely enough, the first refuge of a driver pulled over in this condition seems to be breath mints.
Right after you get stopped, and we're making it up to the vehicle and can see them rushing around in the car trying to find mints or trying to find anything to put in their mouth.
In America, if it looks like a rose and it smells like a rose, it's a rose. And if you have your certs and your mouth is fresh and you feel fresh, then perhaps you just aren't drunk anymore.
Unfortunately, you are. A roadside sobriety test quickly reveals that.
Okay, now stop. I want you to turn around just on the balls of your feet. With your right index finger, touch your nose. I think you just fell asleep.
40% of American road deaths involve alcohol. Nearly 17,000 people killed each year. To prove a driver was drunk, police usually rely on a breath test.
This man had already had 5 single whiskeys, which he took some little time ago.
The breathalyzer was invented back in the 50s, where drinking whiskey often happened while wearing a nice suit.
Right, that's enough. He is up about 0.13.
Breath tests work because alcohol is carried by the blood into the lungs and exhaled. The amount of alcohol on the person's breath is proportional to the amount in their bloodstream. Over the limit, the guys will now try to beat the breath test using products that urban legend has it will confuse the machine. First up, those mints. Will getting rid of the smell get rid of the alcohol?
Ooh. Okay, that's minty. 1-0. 1-0. Fat lot of good that should be.
He's still blowing over 08. Maybe something with a stronger smell.
Your best bet is probably to hold your nose, literally, and just take a big bite out of this onion.
My eyes are watering here. Let's try and see if you were able to fool us. Nice and steady. Keep going. Keep going. That's good. That's good. Jamie, that was an 08. The onion didn't do anything.
Some breath testing machines act like a fuel cell. The more alcohol blown in, the higher the electrical current produced. That could well have sparked the myth keeping a battery in your mouth would beat the test.
Stuck on the battery now?
You get the battery.
Yeah, I'm letting you off easy, baby.
Being able to put a battery in your mouth and keeping it there without me knowing that it's there would be very, very difficult.
I would agree with him. It would be very difficult to talk with a battery in my mouth.
I'd say you're charged. To 1-0.
Another kind of tester relies on a chemical reaction. Perhaps throwing a little extra copper into the mix will fool it.
You ready? Nice steady blow. That's it. Very good, thank you. 0.09. Pennies don't work.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
A third kind of machine uses infrared light to find alcohol molecules. Adam's going to throw in some denture cream, too.
Okay.
Adam, you did a great...
Oh, that was nothing, baby.
0.11.
0.11. So, denture cream, a no-go.
Another pseudo-scientific mythology suggests hyperventilating might cleanse the lungs of alcohol for just long enough to pass.
All right. 1-1.
That doesn't work either. In fact, the myths are running dry. One last contender, mouthwash.
One wonders where you do this in a car while the police are like coming around to your window, but nonetheless, we'll try it.
Just nice and steady.
0.43.
4.3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, 0.43. Yeah, that's way gone.
Something's causing a false reading. A little higher at 0.5 is lethal. To iron out glitches like that, police always test you twice.
Very good. One, 3.
So it would appear that mouthwash doesn't work at all. I mean, even if they got two readings that were grossly out of sync, all they do is take your blood test, and your blood test would tell them exactly how much alcohol you have in your system. It would seem that nothing works.
On Mythbusters, they do what it takes. 13 drinks, a mouthful of onion, and batteries, and pennies, and denture cream. It appears to be a sobering warning for any potential drunk driver.
Using the machine, you will be busted.
So what do you think? Is this myth busted?
I'd say it's pretty fairly busted.
Pretty fairly busted. I'd say it's definitively busted. You can't beat the breath test.